Hey everyone, James Phillips, Action Auto Parts. Customer came from above Charleston, West Virginia. He paid me for it last week, but he's on the hill pulling the transmission out of that 14 Escape. And my contractor, he called me this morning after I got back up here, and he said either Monday or Tuesday they're going to bring all the lumber to start on the garage. So another day with no help. I had an old junk motor here that a buddy of mine gave me. We rolled off, so I just hooked a chain to it and Black Betty and drug it in the back where the scrap goes. So this 400 small block, I would like to get it up in the bed of that white Chevy box truck right there, which I'd have to move a bunch of stuff right on the tailgate of it or the back of it. So this motor was turned upside down. I finally got it flipped over. Still got the chain on it. So I'm gonna see if I can get it picked up and set it on the tailgate in the edge of the bed here in Black Betty and ease back there and back up to the truck and move a few things out of the way, and hopefully without messing up my back, I can roll it off into that truck. And I still need to get me some diesel or something to pour down in it and work it some just to make sure that it's not stuck. I run the numbers, seemed like it was a 71 Impala was what it came back to. Like I said, 400 small block. And I've got pretty much everything else picked up. But I've got to, I sold that vinyl siding the other day, had a couple batteries, I moved them, had a concrete block. A couple more pieces of trim that actually needed to go back in the van, and then there was another piece of metal that I don't even know what it was to. I put it in Betty. So, which we got revival at our church tonight. Real quick, there's about 20 churches in the area, and they split it up like 10 and 10. And so instead of one church having like a week revival or whatever, it's at different churches, and the preacher that normally preaches to that church don't preach. A different one from another church preaches there. So we went to one last night. And so you got Pentecostal, you got non-denominational, like where I go. You got, I think there's a Church of God. I think there was a Baptist. So it was really cool seeing all these different churches say, you know what, let's get together and put this thing together. And it's called the 10 Days of Pentecost. And so last night was the third night, but our church is the host tonight, and I'm going to try to help with the parking of cars, because there's going to be a lot of people there that's we're going to try to get our regular members to move to the back or whatever. Anyway, I got stuff to do, and it's getting on up in the afternoon. I thought those guys were going to be here like earlier this morning, and they just showed up. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'd like to be at church by 6. But I've got to move this Monte Carlo in the van, because when they bring the materials either Monday or Tuesday, he said they want them like laying here. That's going to be, you can kind of see the line, that's going to be the edge of the garage. So I'm going to have them dump them. I told Eric that I would meet them out here when they bring them, so I'll have them dump the materials here in this grass, and so it'll be right beside the job site, and then they can start doing their thing, and then we'll get the metal ordered, and then I got a few other things I got to get done. So I'm going to have to air up a couple of the tires on the van. One of them won't air up, but the other ones, they'll hold air for a few days, as well as this one on. Well, not airs up. I heard that. Maybe it's this one over here. I thought one of them went back down. No, they're all up. But I got to pull that Monte Carlo over out of the way, and then I'll be ready. So wish me luck that I can get this engine loaded in the back of Black Betty and get back there and get it off in the back of the truck by myself. Then once they get done, which the building will be back there again, nobody wants to show up and work like they promised you're going to do. I guess I'm going to break my weed eater out myself, get this cleaned up, move the mulch, and finish up a little bit around this. So all right, so I got my cherry picker picked up, pulled up here by it. Let's see if I can get it up in the truck. So after 963 cranks, it seems like, that's up in the air. So let's try to back old Black Betty underneath of it. Well, I had it jacked up just about right. It kind of scrubbed just a little bit. So let's lay it down and unhook the cherry picker, see what we can get done. Alrighty, so I'm going to ease back to the Chevy box van, and if I'm lucky, this tailgate and the edge of that bed will line up pretty good. If I'm above it, which I doubt I am, that would be fine. If I'm below it, that's definitely going to make it a little harder to roll this small block over into the truck. But I am going to have to move a few things out of the way, but that's all right. So I'm easing back there now, and getting a little warm today. We're up in the, I think, the low 80s, but still it's not been that hot around here for a pretty good bit. So not much of a breeze really stirring, and so it does feel a little warm. So as suspected, I think I might be just a tad bit low, but a lot closer than I thought. So I'm gonna jump up here in the truck and slide a bunch of this stuff here back out of the way. I'll probably leave those tailgates and stuff alone. And then once I get that done, I'll back on up and see if I can't find some Herculean type of strength for this old chubby senior citizen and get this thing in here out of the dry, or out of the weather in the dry. Alrighty, well, man, I miss my youth and back when I was strong. It took a little bit. Where I messed up, I grabbed the chain that lifted this motor already a couple times and was pulling it back in the truck, and it was working till the daggone bolt broke and the chain come back around and smacked my elbow. So after about passing out from that, I finally got it to there. It ain't gonna fall out. It's hot. I'm gonna go get me a water and set the shade for a minute. At least it's up off the ground. So me and old Black Betty's gonna head up front, pull on a shade tree, get me an ice cold water out of my cooler, and a Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie, and relax for just a little bit. So if you don't care, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. And this is even proof I've been working today, honey. I got dirty. Oh God, my elbow's hurting so bad. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.